Good morning to one and all respected sir, ma'am. My name is K. Rishikar Reddy. I am from EC department, and today's my topic is about innovation of switched capacitor voltage multiplier part 1, a brief history. Let's go into the introduction. Here is the introduction. Introduction to switched capacitor voltage multipliers. Switched capacitor voltage multiplier are circuits that utilizes capacitors and switches to increase voltage levels. They have gained popularity due to their efficiency and capacitor designs, especially in integrated circuits. Understanding their history provides instantly to their development and significance in modern electronics. Here is a unit 3. In the unit 3 we have given the mentioned introduction to the capacitor. A switched capacitor SE is a is an electronic circuit element implementing a filter. It works by moving charges into and out of capacitor when switches are opened and closed. Usually non overlapping signals are used to control the switches so that not all switches are closed simultaneously. Integrated circuit capacitor, partial capacitors associated with an integrated. Here is the diagram given below. In these chambers, we have to replace it in as capacitors. Coming to the next one, early development in capacitor technology. Early development in capacitor technology is given in the picture image that the man is floating the water into a canal. The capacitor of the dates back to 18th century with earlier devices likely integral applications were primary in energy storage and filtering with limited voltage manipulating capacitors. The groundwork led to these earlier investors sets the stage for more advantageous capacitor based technology. Coming to the next one, emergency and switched capacitors. In this integrated capacitor circuits, the partially capacitors associated with an integrated circuits capacitor are often no symmetric as indicated by the symbolosis above. In this, the 1960s saw the introduction of switched capacitor circuits, revolvization, voltage, galvanization methods. These circuits embrace dynamic control of capacitors, allowing for more and more voltage multiplication techniques. Researchers to the explore of potential in the signals processing and power management applications. Here are the power management applications. Snap contributing circuits switched between both of them. These both of them are two major things of circuits given below in this picture, which are circuitry and simultaneously maintained by the whole bigger chapters in the square shape. And A and B are complicated because the A and B are simultaneously circulated with symbiosis. Project chapter 14 figure 1. Coming to the next one, key innovation in 1970s and 1980s. The picture itself says that the innovation of computer has been occurred in those times only because the circuits were lately introduced, but the computers were highly modified technologies in those days only without any internet. In the late 1970s, significant advertisements were made in integrated circuits technology, boosting switched capacitor applications. The introduction of CMOS technology allowed for lower power consumption and increased excuse me These innovations saved the way for switched capacitor voltage multipliers to be used in consumers electronics and telecommunication. Telecommunication plays an important major role in this whole key innovation, because the key innovation is must should be implemented in those days, because in those days there were no telecom centers, no 5G 4G networks, no other activities were involved, because in those days the work would be as similar as possible. The techniques involved spaced the switched the capacitor voltage multipliers to be used consumer electronics and telecommunication. Coming to the next one, major breakthrough major breakthroughs in the 1990s. In the 1990s, the brought about implemented in control strategies for switched capacitors, embracing their performance, regular and efficiency. Here is a graph given in the picture which regularizes very efficiency and voltage across the efficiency. Output power and input power are most important in this. Researchers and strategists performance developed a raw telephoto lens, increased efficiency and reduced the size of voltage multiplier circuits. This decade marked a turning point where switched capacitor voltage multipliers become mainstream in the various applications, because in the various applications the mainstream were majorly break down in the 1990s. The 1990s were brought up with the very pure regulation efficiency, because the pure regulation efficiency is more important in developing the circuits, switched circuits. Mainstream is very major plays role, and most leaves are green in color due to their presence of a green substance. Is also known as efficiency regular. And whereas researchers developed a new raw footage that increased efficiency and reduced the size of technologies. Coming to the next one, applications and impactations moderate electronics. Here is a picture switched capacitor cells based on multipliers. Here is the information given below in the small tiny font. Sorry for the inconvenience, but the switched capacitor is also voltage multiplier. It is widely used in the battery powered devices, embracing energy users. Their complexity, size and adaptability make them ideal for applications in mobile devices. Sensors are modern equipment. The impact of these circuits is provided contributing to the main monetization or efficiency of moderate electronic systems. Yeah, in this picture the applications are majorly important role for the modern substances and for the upcoming switcher devices. Challenges for the different equations. Challenges and future directions displayed. The advantages: switched capacitor voltage multiplier faces changes such as efficiency losses at a high cost. Ongoing researchers focuses on overall coming with their limitations and embracing their performance in various applications functions. Whereas advantages them electronic systems, whereas the systems will also be applicable in the various terms. Conclusion: I would like to conclude that the picture has the main important tiny and the history of switched devices, voltage, complexity and overall innovation adopted electronics and communication. Understanding past development and depending upon future will be developed into the innovation and emerging technologies which can help in further future generations. I, w- I would like to thank respected sir, respected ma'am for giving me this beautiful opportunity to know and to gain some information. The TikTok has helped me a lot. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, ma'am.